Women's basketball, a sport that has grown remarkably in the past several years, including a league that has grown with it. The Women's American Basketball Association, a league of opportunity for anyone with a love for the game. Players who want to continue their playing careers and coaches who want their own team are welcome here. Got a passion for basketball but not on the court? Not a problem. There's affordable ownership for any sports-minded entrepreneur. Visit WABA's website, womensaba.com. WABA, it's our time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rob Hill from the media department of the WABA.
Yeah,
and today, on the phone, I have the owner of the DC Cyclones, Mr. William Flowers. What's up, William? How you doing, bro?
Hey, man, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. I want to first thank you for calling in, and I want to and that's what yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, man. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Okay, great. So let's get right into this. I like to usually start my interviews by asking all my guests the same question, and that is, where and when did your love for basketball first begin?
Wow, man. That's a loaded question because I as a kid, you start playing the game. You get introduced to the game through your older siblings, and you end up battling, through them and loving the passion. And what really happens in those backyard games is that you end up losing. And the thing about it is, that losing drives you to be better. And so it makes you go out to the backyard, shovel the snow, go out to the backyard, rake the leaves, go out to the backyard, get all the rocks out of the way of the driveway. It makes you practice. And you develop that hunger. A lot of times it's based upon losing to your older brother, losing to your bigger cousin. And so from there, as a young kid, I've been driven to not only just to do better, to be a basketball player, but it's carried over into other ventures as well.
That's right. So can we speak on any level that you played on? Junior high school, college?
Well, what ends up happening in life is that you have to adapt. And so I had a very serious knee injury as a younger kid. And so it's normal. It's what kids go through, but mine was kind of severe. And so, it made me kind of put a halt to actually playing. And so, I was a great athlete growing up, but because of my knee injuries, I couldn't play anymore. And that grind of playing, traveling, sitting in cars, I physically I couldn't do it. Mentally, I go out there and still kick your butt, but I went over as I've gotten older. I matriculated to the coaching aspect, and so I've coached high school girls. I used to coach, go to the colleges and universities in the area and be one of the summer camp coaches at these colleges. So the game, although I physically couldn't play it anymore, I still was able to compete and develop kids that wanted to compete as well. So that's kind of how it's developed to be an owner for the DC Cyclones.
Okay, and and what that also shows that it's like once you into the game of basketball, it's like a fraternity. So it's like once you're in forever. So even though you cannot play the game, or whether it's injuries or whether it's just us aging, you find a way to stay involved in some type of fashion. So let's jump right into the DC Cyclones. First, where are you guys based out of?
Well, it's kind of different because the what's known as the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia, it's not like separate cities or boroughs or anything like that. So I'm giving an example. The Washington Redskins, they play in Maryland. So it's almost like the Dallas Cowboys. They don't play in Dallas; they play in Fort Worth. It's almost like other professional teams. So what some of the things that happen, which is why they call it the DMV, because our communities are so intertwined with one another, and so you don't necessarily have a borough or town to represent. It represents the whole, pretty much the state of Maryland.
Okay, and that was very important that you explain that to the listeners, because me, from being a New Yorker, when you hear the Bronx this or the Brooklyn that pretty much indicates that's where it's based out of, for the most part. So
right.
I appreciate you taking the time to explain that. So the team is not actually based out of Washington, D.C. It's a different part of Maryland.
It's a part of the DMV. So
part of the DMV.
So if you go out of town, everybody knows the DMV. The DMV stands for D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, and so that's what we represent: D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Because the state of Maryland is a small state, and so you can hit all pockets from Maryland, and no matter what, you be 10 minutes on the D.C. line.
Okay, good enough. So this is your second year, and for the listeners to know that this is your guys' second season we're going into right now. So where did you play your home games first season?
We played our home games in Maryland.
In Maryland. And is this the same place you're going to play? You're using the same venue for season 2?
Probably not.
Okay, that's still up in the air for now. Okay, so let's just get into season 1. What was your take on season 1 playing in the WABA? What was your take?
Oh man, it was fantastic. One of the things that I like about it, it's the opportunity that it gives women to continue to play at a high level. And so if you didn't go to UConn, if you didn't go to Notre Dame, if you didn't go to some of these bigger schools, your talent was never going to get displayed on the national level.
True.
And so what the ABA does, it gives the women to continue to play, get exposure. And the beautiful thing about it is that, within our season, I believe 5 or 6 young women got the opportunity to display their talent. And with that being said, they were exposed to playing overseas. So they got overseas looks now. And so that's really, really, really what it's all about. It's really giving women the platform to continue to play, continue to blossom, and explore how far their talent can really go.
Exactly. And and just to expound on that, the actual number is 7 women from the WABA went overseas. And
that's awesome. So that's really a good thing, and it establishes a reputation for the league that we are producing, we are developing, because we want to see these women move forward. So thank you for that correction. I really love that you brought that to my attention.
Okay, and speaking of DMV area, this is an area who's traditionally known for producing stars. Right now the most popular is Kevin Durant. You got Michael Beasley. You got a bunch of guys. I'm not even going to say all day go through all the stars. So on the women's side, when you came up with this team, how much interest was there in the female ballers to come out and participate with what you guys is doing?
Man, ballers just want to play. Men or women, ballers just want to play. And so no matter what, if you have that love that we talked about earlier, they just want to play. And with that statistic that you just gave to me, if they see that not only, yes, I get to still play, but, I can still do something with this game that I love. Now we're talking about, not only breaking the door down for women to continue to play, but now it's like they're beating the door down instead of knocking the door down. So at first, it was trying to get attention towards the team. But now it's like, hey, I heard. Yo, just tell me where to sign up. That's how, young people talk. Yo, I got to sign up. I'm there. And so that's what's exciting in year two. Year two, we have a little bit more of an established, this is probably not the right word, but establishing a legacy. We have the footprint. We have the blueprint. And so, this is something that no matter how big the league is, this is something that can continue to have legs and stand on its own.
And I agree with that. And to get off the basketball side for just a quick second, a lot of individuals don't know that this level of basketball, community-based, whether you want to call it semi-pro, pro, whatever it is, it's professional basketball, whatever title a person want to use. A lot of people don't know that these particular organizations, they put a lot of emphasis in giving back to the community. And what makes this so important is that this is something that you can actually see and feel. Can you expand on the DC Cyclones in terms of how beneficial they've been in the community?
So, at my games, my games brought a family-oriented environment, and so that's what we want to. That's the culture that I'm trying to produce. Family-oriented culture. Bring your kids, bring your young kids, bring your daughters, so they can look at young ladies and say, you know something, I want to do that. During our halftime games, we had young girls from AAU teams to compete. So it gives them the opportunity in front of, fans that, hey, I am special. And so that's really what it's all about. It's about connecting to the community and letting people see what they can be, letting these young girls see what their tomorrow can be. So for me, that is significant. For me, that is what it's all about. And it's about leading the next generation.
I agree. And in other words, the team is very inspirational.
Yeah.
Let's jump into season 2. What are your expectations for season 2 for the DC Cyclones?
The expectation is to flat out win. I don't know anybody that gets into anything and goes, oh yeah, second place, here I come. So that's really what it's all about. 2, it's about developing the next generation of basketball players, how to play the right way, how to be a good teammate. And really, outside of that, when you talk about sports and what sports does, unlike anything else, sports bring people together. So every 4 years, we have an Olympics. And every 4 years, you see this camaraderie between people who have never seen one another, people from different countries, people from different backgrounds and religions, but that basketball, that track and field, that sport brings a lot of people together with a sense of love and respect. And, outside of winning, outside of developing young girls and giving young girls vision, that's my number 3 mission, is bringing people together, bringing the community together. And that's what And that's what it's really all about. That's what it's really all about.
And I just wanted to add something to that. And not just you're developing the players, we have to also remember you're developing everybody, whether it's a scorekeeper, whether it's someone on your staff, it could be a coach who never coached on this level. It could be your commentators. It's just in general, people are developing, because if they came and they worked under the DC Cyclones banner, if they don't get nothing else out of it, they get experience. So that's why what we do is so important, because it helps develop people. So it's just, we always think about the players, but we have to look at everybody. Everyone is being developed, on all levels, no matter what they are. You may have someone headed in marketing promotion. You might just gave them the shot, their first opportunity